Hi everyone, welcome to the program. We are starting a paper class which is going to be conducted total free of charge, and this is basically for the 2021 O-level students. It will be a very supplementary and supportive program for you all. I hope so. We have prepared a very proper method. You can observe it at the end of video. There will be a suggested video. Just look after it, how you can get into this free program. So first of all, today we are going to discuss the 2019 O-level paper. So 2019 O-level paper, and we will go step by step to the 1918 and then 1716. We will be discussing here. 2020 we will do at the end. So finally, so today we are going to start the session. So in 2019 paper, so this is the third paper for new syllabus. So the first question they have asked you, in 2019 paper is what is liver, right? Liver is a, and they have given you four different answers. So before getting into it, what they basically expect from you is the thing. What they basically expect from you, this is, you know that characters of organism, there are several characters of organism. One of the most prominent character of organism is organizational levels. So organization levels are starting, we talk the organization starting from elements. When elements come together, they make molecules. When molecules come together, they make organelle. When organelles come together, they make cell. So cell is the basic requirement of a living organism. So from here the life starts. Fine. From when cells come together, they make tissues. When tissues come together, they make organ, and when organ come together, they make organ system. So when organ systems come together, they make a organism. For example, let's look, you can talk about human, right? So if you talk about human, right, just talking the elements, whenever we talk about, there is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, and then sodium, and then magnesium. There are several continuous. Also, when we talk about molecules, we can categorize molecules under two categories. That's organic molecules and inorganic molecules. Organic and inorganic. The special name given for organic molecules which are present in organisms. Organic molecules which are present in organism, we call them biomolecules. Biomolecules. So there are several types of biomolecules, starting from carbohydrate, lipid, nucleic acid, then protein. So when we talk about inorganic molecules, we talk about water, ions and minerals. So when we talk about organelles, we have studied a lot of organelles, starting from mitochondria, nucleus, and then chloroplast, and then Golgi complex or Golgi body, and ribosome, lysosome, cell wall, cell membrane. There are a lot. When we talk about cell, we talk about animal cells, we talk about plant cells, we talk about eukaryotic cell, we talk about prokaryotic cell. There are a lot. So even when you talk about tissues, we have studied in this part in your grade 11 first unit, living tissue unit. So animal, plant tissues, it can be parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, xylem, phloem. There are a lot, right? And when we talk about epithelial tissues, nervous tissues, muscle tissues, there are a lot. Likewise, when we talk about organs in body, so you can say brain is an organ, you can say liver is an organ, you can say leaf of plant is an organ, right? Fruit is an organ, flower is an organ, right? Eye is an organ, ear is an organ. So when all these organs come together, they make organ systems. For example, the brain, spine, everything come together to make the nervous system, right? They make nervous system. So organ system you can call nervous system, digestive system. There are a lot: digestive system, nervous system, urinary system, endocrine system, okay, respiratory system, excretory system, and then lymphatic system, blood circulation system. There are a lot. So all these stuff come together to make a human organism. A complete organism is made when the compare the total come together. So in organism we can talk about human, animal, any other animal, everything come under an organism. So even you can continue this organization level. In organism come together, they make population come together, they make ecosystems, right? So it continues. So community make ecosystem, it continues. But here the question, they have asked you, liver is what of them? What? It is a organ. It is an organ. So the first question answer is an organ, right? So if we go to the second question, second question they have asked you about the biosphere, right? It's a biosphere question from the grade 11 final unit question. To maintain the balance of which following cycle is biological fixation is important. Biological fixation is important, right? Fine. So we have studied several cycles in biosphere. We have studied several material cycles, carbon, nitrogen cycles we have studied. So carbon cycle and nitrogen cycles are more important. Carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus cycles are more important. So of them biological fixation mean it comes under nitrogen cycle, where N2 in atmosphere fixed in soil by bacteria present in it. Okay, so bacteria, what they do, they fix the nitrogen present in atmosphere to the soil. So this process of fixing atmospheric nitrogen to the soil we call what? Biological fixation. So biological fixation is done by one of the main bacteria we call ribosome. So rhizobium, the bacteria name title Rhizobium species does the function. So this process, the biological fixation, is a part of nitrogen cycle. So that is the answer for the second one, is second answer, right? So the third question. Which of the following quantity is a vector? So we have studied about vectors, scalars. We have studied about vectors and scalars. So you people should know that, right? So quantities can be categorized into two. Either vector or scalar. So vector means the quantity which requires magnitude and a direction for the description. Okay, the quantities which require magnitude, amount, and the direction, we call it what? Vectors. And the quantities which require only magnitude for the description, only the magnitude is sufficient for the description, we call it scalar. For example, if anyone asks you what is my mass, you know, typically I am a very slim guy, right? However, so if anyone asks you what is my mass, I am going to answer let's say about 95 kilogram, guys. If I answer 95 kilogram, so the kilogram, the mass is a quantity. So is it mandatory for me to say 95 kilogram downward, 95 kilogram upward, 95 kilogram right, 95 kilogram left? No, it's not required. No, it's not required. Because mass does not require to consider about the direction. Only the magnitude, only the amount, only this number is sufficient for the explanation, for the description. So this type of quantities we call what? Scalar quantities. Scalar quantities. For example, in case if anyone asks how much energy you spent or how much energy you spent while teaching. So if I say I spend about 1500 joules, north, east, south, west. No, we are not going to say like that. When we talk about energy, we say just the amount, with the number. I spent 1005 joules. I spent this much of time. I spent this much of value. For example, let's say how long it took for you to travel from Colombo to Kandy. If anyone asks how long it took for you to travel from Colombo to Kandy, you are going to say, it took about 5 hours north, 4 hours south and 3 hours. No, we are not going to say like that. Because we are not required of a direction when we talk about scalars. So, when we talk about the example of scalars, we can say about mass, we can say about time, we can say about energy. They do not require a direction. Also, in physically, distance, speed, not required of direction. So vector it's totally different. Vector requires direction. Whenever you talk about vector, you should say the direction. For example, how much force you exert. So here you are going to say, I exert a force of 5 Newton. It's not sufficient. You should say the direction. Right, left, up, down, you should say the direction. If anyone asks you what is your weight, weight is a force, guys. We know that weight is a force. So if I am 95 kilogram, I am going to be 950 Newton. So 950 Newton is a force. You should say the direction. It is downward. I am being attracted toward earth, 950 Newton. So it is a vector quantity. So the good example of vector is any type of force. So whenever I say about force, you can it include weight, it include friction, it include normal reaction, it include tension. All comes under what? Force. Also displacement, velocity, acceleration, they require direction. Not only the amount, number, value is sufficient. Not this 950 Newton is sufficient. You should say which direction it is. So those are we call scalars. So if you go to the question, in question they have asked you which of the following quantity is a vector. Displacement is a vector. Distance, pressure, work. So work is a type of energy. So it comes under here. Also pressure is a scalar. So the answer is going to be what? The answer is going to be third one is going, so the first one is going to be the answer for the third one. Displacement is the answer for third one. Right. So fourth question, which of the following molecule consists more oxygen atoms, right? Highest number of oxygen atom or highest number of atoms, which of the following molecule is composed of the highest number of atoms? Fine. So they didn't ask you specifically which atom, they didn't ask you. So the elements are CH3CHO, CH3CHO. So the compounds are CH3CHO. The second one is CCl4, and H2SO4, right? And then CONH2 twice. So it is urea. CONH2 twice means it is urea, right? So if you go to the first question, first one. So there is carbon, there is hydrogen, there is hydrogen and oxygen. So carbon, how many carbon are there? 1, 2 carbon are there. hydrogen here 3 and here 1, altogether 4 and oxygen 1. If you go to this one, C and Cl, carbon and chlorine are there, 1 carbon and 4 chlorines, fine. If you go to this one, hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen are present, 2 hydrogen, 1 sulfur and 4 oxygens. If you go to this one, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen and hydrogen are there, 1 carbon, 1 oxygen. But if you look after nitrogen, NH2 has been twice. So 2 nitrogen and H2 twice, that means 4 hydrogen. So now go for the total. So it's going to be 7, second one is going to be 5, third one here is going to be 7 and fourth one 1, 2, 4, 8. So which compound has the most number of atoms is the fourth one, CONH2 twice. Right, in case they can ask you several different questions, they can develop this question to the next level. They can ask you which of the following 1 mole compound has highest number of moles of oxygen. What? Just write down the question. Which of the following 1 mole of compound consist highest number of moles of oxygen, highest number of moles of oxygen, right? So if they give you a question like this, here nothing to be worried, nothing to be tension or nothing to be worried. Same thing, if you take 1 mole of, come on, understand this, CH3CHO, there will be 2 moles of carbon, right? They had taken 1 mole. Hydrogen 4 moles will be, oxygen 1 mole will be. CCl4, there is no oxygen, as I created this question now itself. So if it is 1 mole of CCl4, 1 mole of CCl4, 1 mole of carbon and 4 mole of chlorine. If it is H2SO4, how is going to be? 2 mole of hydrogen, and 1 mole of sulfur and 4 moles of oxygen. If you go to CONH2 twice, 1 mole, if you take 1 mole of carbon, 1 mole of oxygen, 2 moles of nitrogen and 4 moles of hydrogen. So the question, which of the following 1 mole of compound consists highest number of moles of oxygen? Which one has the highest number of oxygen? H2SO4 has the highest number of oxygen. So if they ask you the question in that way, the answer will be the fourth one. So the question given in your paper is not that. They have given a question, which of the following has the highest number of atoms, it goes to the fourth one, right? If we go to the fifth one, it is apart from asexual reproduction of plants. It is a platform apart from asexual reproduction of plants. So they have given you a molecule, they have given you, sorry, not a molecule, they have given you a asexual organ for plant which is used for the reproduction. So basically what it look like ginger, right? It looked like ginger, fine. So the ginger comes under underground stems. So if you underground stems, so there are 4 types of underground stems. Rhizome, comb, bulb and stem tubers. There are 4. So the examples of them are as below. Rhizome. So if you look after the first diagram here, rhizome, for example, ginger. So rhizomes, they grow horizontally. That's more important. They go horizontally under the soil. So just get to fix it in your mind, right? These are the diagrams of them. So here rhizome, ginger, turmeric, cannas and aratha are the good example for them. Okay, when you talk about combs, they grow vertically downward under soil. So the comb good example is what? Habarala, right? Habarala, they have given you the Tamil and singular term as well. So the next one is bulb. Here the root used to be mostly it look like this here. If you look after this, it's going to be like this. The root will be at the top. The plant look like this. So this is what we call the bulbs. Okay, the bulbs. So and the next one, a good example, red onion, big onion, everyone. And then stem tubers example is a potato, right? So sweet potato, just come on, try to get to know it and try to by heart it, right? It's more important. So here what they have given you is a rhizome. So ginger is a rhizome. Okay, that's the answer for the fifth one. So if you go to the sixth one, they have given you some structure and their functions. Okay, structure and their function. So this type of question, when they ask you this type of question, this is basically from structure and function. This is basically from especially from the living tissue part as well from the biological process part. The questions, this question is composed. So blood platelets, production of antibiotics, and then white blood cells, transport of oxygen, red blood cell phagocytosis, and then blood plasma, transport of hormones, right? So definitely we know that one answer is wrong here when they ask you such questions, right? Such questions, come on, if they ask you the correct one, try to make it wrong, try to make that specific question wrong. So here blood platelets, production of antibodies. No, what is the function of blood platelets? Okay, simple. How the blood platelets, as shown in the video, this is how the blood platelets going to make a blood clot. That means whenever tissue damage happen, to stop bleeding, what happened? The blood clots as shown above. So blood platelets, they involve in blood clotting, right? That's more the important thing. The next one, white blood cells. We have studied there are two types of white blood cells, granulates and agranulates, and then each and every there are 3 and 2 types. So most of their function, phagocytosis or allergy reactions, there are phagocytes, and those are the most prominent functions of them. So here the red blood cell, they have given you white blood cells as the transport of oxygen. Okay, that's wrong. That's totally wrong. The white blood cells transport of oxygen is wrong. So the next one is red blood cell. Red blood cell is phagocytosis. No, that is wrong. Phagocytosis is the function of white blood cells. Okay. So finally they have given you about blood plasma. So blood plasma, yeah, that's the transport of hormones. So the correct one is fourth one, because plasma transport hormones, minerals, proteins, what are required to the organs. So fourth one is the correct answer for the sixth one. So fourth answer, right? So if you go to the next one, it's from the quantification of elements. It's from the quantification of elements which take more part, or it has a very high compound of marks in your O-level paper. So however, so there used to be 2 MCQs in this part from annually. There used to be 2 MCQs in this part. Also there will be a question related based on it in the part of mixture question, mixture MCQ. You need this part, quantification of element for the idea. So even if you check our YouTube channel, there will be a full explanation of quantification of elements. So you can catch up it if you are not thorough on it. So however, I will explain it in this way. So they have given you the relative atomic mass, the RAM, relative atomic mass of ferrum, RAM of ferrum is 56. Come on, we know that RAM, relative atomic mass, has no units. Relative atomic mass has no units. So as it has no units, 56 is just going to be 56. But from this we can take two messages, that the molar mass of ferrum is 56 gram per mole. So what does it mean? If you take 56 gram of ferrum, there will be 1 mole. That is the message. There will be 1 mole. So 1 mole means is going to be 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23. If you take 56 gram of ferrum, this much of atoms are going to be. If you take 56 gram of ferrum, they are going to be this much of 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23 ferrum atoms. Oh, fine. So that's the question basically here. The relative atomic mass of iron is 56. Thus, which of the following statement is correct statement? The mass of an iron atom? No. We have said about atomic mass. Atomic mass means atom of a mass of an element. So atom of a mass of an element, where it's going to be a very tiny value, because we know that we are not possible, even using the electron microscope, we are feeling really high, really tough, right? Really tough to observe an atom. So here this diagram is an atom which was observed under microscope, which was very technically, and then a large atom is basically, okay, even so that's much tiny, it cannot contain 56 grams. Okay, just go for general argument, right? You will find it. So the mass of an iron atom is 56. That's wrong. A mole of iron contains 56 iron atoms. So we have studied mole mean it is 6.02 10 to the power of 23. That much of amount we call a mole. So here the second statement contradicts with it, that a mole of iron contains 56 iron atoms. No, that's wrong. A mole of iron contains 6.02 10 to the power of 23 iron atoms. That should be the correct one. So the second statement also wrong. If you go to the third statement, the mass of 6.02 10 to the power of 23 iron is 56 gram. Come on. The same thing. The mass of 6.02 10 to the power of 23 iron atoms is 56 gram. That's correct. Third one is correct. Fine. The mass of 56 iron is 6.0. No, that's wrong. So the answer in this one is going to be the third one. So it's a large unit. If you are not thorough in this part, please go for the YouTube, check our channel. There will be quantification of elements. Please refer it, where you will get it very clearly. The next question, which of the following molecule is made up of 2 covalent bonds? Right, 2 covalent bonds. So I will draw the elements, I will draw the Lewis structure of elements, these molecules, these gaseous molecules. There you will catch up the answers immediately. So first one is Cl2. The Cl2 is going to be like this: chlorine, single bond. So here is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the next one is CH4. So all hydrogen are bonded. Fine. Next one, HCl, hydrogen and chlorine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And finally the H2O, here oxygen, hydrogen, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the structure, Lewis structure. So the lines indicate the covalent bonds. The question, which of them have 2 covalent bond? Here 1 covalent bond, here 1 covalent bond, here 4 covalent bond, here is 2 covalent bond. So the answer is what? The fourth one. Right. The ninth question. So here the eighth one, the answer is fourth answer. So the ninth question, coordination of movements and equilibrium of the human body are maintained by. Right, here see, coordination. They have given you the term coordination. Once they given you the term coordination, okay, understand one thing, once they give you the term coordination, coordination and equilibrium goes for whom? Who does the function? Is cerebrum or cerebellum? Is cerebellum, right? Not cerebrum. Cerebrum, the function of cerebrum is to argue, think, study, memorize. Also, they are not coordinating, they provide the message for the contraction of muscles. They are not coordinating, okay. So, spinal cord distribution and the function in reflex arc, they involve medulla oblongata. It has several control points. They have several control points in the brain where it make function. Okay, so the answer here is going to be cerebellum. So you can simply remember, no, whenever a person is drunk, okay, whenever a person is drunk, he can't move, he feel difficult to move, right? So the reason alcohol affects cerebellum, that's the reason. So the answer for the ninth one is going to be first answer, right? So we are coming to the final question of this video, right? Final question of the video. Consider the 10th one. Consider the following statement on your various processes taking place in a plant, right? So they have given you some functions. They have given you some function which happens in plant. That's A, B, C, D. Plants emit carbon dioxide only during night. During night. Come on. Why carbon dioxide come out? Carbon dioxide come out because of following reaction. That's going to be C6H12O6 with O2, CO2, H2O and energy in form of ATP. So if you balance 6 and 6. So here this is the cell respiration process. Respiration happens all the day, not only night time, not only daytime, it happens throughout the day. So plant will release oxygen, release carbon dioxide whole day, not only night time or morning time, whole day it releases carbon dioxide as it require energy all the day. Okay, as it require energy all the day. So the statement A is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because it has said carbon dioxide release only during night. No, it is not. It releases carbon dioxide throughout the day. Plants emit only oxygen during the daytime. Come on. Here see, whenever they give you a statement question, okay, come on. Whenever they give you a statement question, try to make it wrong. Don't try to make it right. If your mentality always says, Ane, this is correct, why it is wrong? No, you can't make it. Please try to make that specific question wrong. If you are capable to make that specific question wrong, there's no more way to make it wrong, then accept that's correct, right? Don't immediately go for this. So here see, that one word only is the problem. Here see, plants emit only oxygen during, no. Now I said you, just now I said you. The respiration process happened throughout the day. Entire day respiration happened. That means carbon dioxide release whole day. Not only night time, not only daytime, the entire day, every time the carbon dioxide releases. As carbon dioxide release every time, the second statement says that the term only, that goes wrong. So as they say the term only, the second one also wrong. Third one, gases exchange in plant leaves mainly occur through stomata, right? Mainly, yeah, that's fine. If they say, we say you only through stomata, there will be some arguments. So they have given you mainly, so the C statement, you can't make it wrong, that's correct. Gas entering the plant leaves diffuse into the cell through intercellular spaces. Yeah, intercellular spaces, they diffuse into the plant tissue, right? That's correct one. C and D are correct. So the answer is going to be of the above. The true statements are fourth one, C and D. That's the answer gonna be. So we'll conclude the first session, right? So in the next session I will put the second 10 MCQs. We will discuss the second 10 MCQs. So before looking after this, so it will be recorded video in a learning management system. So the video explains, the upcoming video explains. Go to the website www.scienceacademy.lk and go for learning management system, right, and create your account, create account and create account, and then what you can do is give your details and create your account, and then come to the back and again log in. There will be several courses, so this class will be entitled free science paper class or science paper class. Okay, so it will be in the title, so the free will be at the prominent. So there are some free classes and paid classes there. So if you like to join our theory classes, you can go for the paid classes. So here the free science paper discussion is there, just press it and the admin will approve you. If it come pay now, no need to bother, the admin will approve you and get into the class. So if you have any confusion, look after the suggested video. They have shown how to get into the, also the website link is down, and subscribe the channel. Okay, fine, thank you.